Hey, all you minions and mercenaries, it's time for episode 25 of Behind the Heroes, where we take an in-depth look at the heroes of Heroes of the Storm. Today we have another new entrant into the Nexus, the first daughter of Cenarius, Dryad Lunara. She is a high mobility assassin with a very, very low health pool, so I guess you're going to have to make every bit of use of your mobility. Let's take a look at her abilities right now. We have Noxious Blossom. After half a second, cause an area to explode with pollen, dealing 160 damage. We have Crippling Spores. Enemies currently afflicted by nature's toxin, which we'll get to, have its duration increased by 3 seconds and are slowed by 40%, decaying over 3 seconds. And we have Wisp. Spawn a Wisp to scout an area, can be redirected once active. Ooh, that sounds nice. Then her heroic abilities, we have Thornwood Vine. Send forth vines that deal 164 damage to all enemies in a line, can hold 3 charges. And we have Leaping Strike. Leap over an enemy, slowing them by 80% for 0.35 seconds and attacking for 246 damage, has 2 charges. So her heroics have multiple uses, which is kind of different. I mean, a couple of heroes do have that for the heroics, but having them both like that is definitely different. Then we have her combat trait, which is Nature's Toxin. Your basic attacks and damaging abilities poison their target, dealing 32 damage a second for 3 seconds. Every additional application increases the duration by 3 seconds, up to a maximum of 9 seconds. So this is kind of basically you're kind of managing this, tagging enemies with it, and then using your abilities that can kind of affect it. Like that's where this Crippling Spores comes in. So I wonder if this has like an unlimited range. If someone like harks back to the Nexus, will this still affect him? Of course, they'll be invincible there, so it won't matter. But you get my point.
I long for the fields of Kalimdor.
And she's apparently excited to get back to Kalimdor, which we're not going there, Lunara. I'm sorry, but let's take a look at your skins. This is the standard skin with a couple of... Ooh, that's very plant-like. And of course, we have to go for one that always looks a bit kind of frosted right there. Then we have her master skin, which, oh, there's that frost one again. There's always got to be a frost one, doesn't there? Oh, that's fairly colorful. And then we have Sentinel Lunara. Very, very armored. Looks a little less nature-like than before. And wow, that's actually almost brighter than this Master Skin one. But I kind of want to do this bright one right here. So let's give her a try, see how she pans out. I'm interested to see how the mobility works in combat. For example, I think she doesn't have a mount ability. I think her Z ability, Dryad Swiftness, you move 20% faster by leaping short distances. Oh, she doesn't even have a Z ability then. I thought she had a Z ability that would make her move faster, but I guess it's just kind of her permanent thing. She doesn't have any change in her movement speed. So let's set that level. Oh, the level's already set to 20, so we can just get right into choosing those talents. Okay, yeah, we got set level. Then we have at level 1, we have Blossom Swell. Increased Noxious Blossom Radius, which is her delayed explosion ability. We have Photosynthesis. Crippling Spores return mana. So that's Crippling Spores. Yeah, okay, that's that one. We have, oh, because it's grayed out right now because she doesn't have any spores on anyone. We have Natural Perspective. Nature's Toxin reveals enemies. So that's nice right there. We have Cruel Spores. Reduces Crippling Spores cooldown and mana on minions and mercs. So that's kind of a wave clearing thing right there. Which, we'll grab that one. Yeah, let's just grab that one.
That will be good.
Then at level 4, we have Nimble Wisp. Increase Wisp's movement speed and vision. Time Loss Wisp. Wisp costs no mana and reduces cooldown. Interesting. So that's definitely for kind of scouting the map. We have Skybound Wisp. Wisp sees over obstacles and reveals an area on death. Interesting. And Dividing Wisp. Relocating a wisp creates a copy, so you can have multiple wisps. I think we're going to have to try that one out.
Ah, I can use that.
Yes, you can use that. Then at level 7, we have Siphoning Toxin. Nature Toxin heals you, so a sustainability there. Wild Vigor. Crippling Spores increase basic attack damage, so that's going to be a boost to your offense. Splintered Spear. Noxious Blossom causes basic attacks to hit 3 targets. Okay, so your next basic attack hit 3 targets. Okay. Then we have Nature's Culling. Increase Nature's Toxin non-heroic damage. Okay, so that's going to be another another clearing, wave clearing, pushing ability. Let's just do this. That has more targets. Okay, then we have our heroic abilities. Let's just try this damaging ability first. And then we have level 13 abilities. Pestering Blossom, increase Noxious Blossom range. We have Unfair Advantage, increase Nature's Toxin damage to slowed heroes. Okay, so that's if you can slow them down, that's going to do damage, which I think this does slow them down. Okay, so yeah, if you hit Crippling Spores... Yeah, if you have Crippling Spores, basically having this will actually increase the damage when you activate it. Then we have Giant Killer, which is a basic ability. It's going to increase your damage against heroes. Greater Spell Shield. Greatly reduce incoming ability damage. Upon taking ability damage, reduce that damage and further ability damage by 75% for 3 seconds. Can only trigger once every 30 seconds. Are you back here, Malfurion? What are you doing? I'm just going to increase the damage there. Are you going to be able to push this back there? Oh, you're going to kill Arthas? Okay, that's great. Anyhow, level 16 abilities. Choking Pollen. Increases Noxious Blossom damage to enemies within Nature's Toxin. To enemies with, not within. Okay, so if they already have the Toxin on them, it's just going to increase the damage. We have Starwood Spear. Crippling Spores increase basic attack range. Using Crippling Spores increase your basic attack range by 50% for 6 seconds. We have Invigorating Spores. Crippling Spores increase basic attack speed. We have Let Them Wither. Increase Crippling Spores slow. Okay, so it's another tier where it's kind of just making you buff a single ability in a specific way. Let's just increase attack range, yeah. Then we have our Storm powers at level 20. We have Forced Wrath. Increase Thornwood Vine range and speed. Boundless Stride. All Leaping Strike charges return at once. All Leaping Strike charges are returned every 20 seconds. You can also use Leaping Strike on allies. Ooh, that's interesting. So this is basically just reducing the cooldown to basically... well, not quite reducing cooldown to 20 seconds. It's just giving you all your charges back, even if you just used one. It's a little confusing. Okay, then we have Galloping Gait. Activate to increase movement speed. Okay, so there's your increased movement speed there. And then we have Abolish Magic. Remove negative status effects from yourself and the target. So that's an interesting cleanse that also works on yourself. But we're not going to be really using that, so let's just increase that. So let's kind of see how she works. Here she is bounding along. Let's just start with that. We gotta kind of force him back here. And he's got that on him, so we're just going to activate that, and it does slow him. Didn't quite get him, but we can send a Wisp out here, can't we? Yeah, we can send a Wisp out here. And then I can retarget it. Oh, but it blew up my Wisp.
For the wilds.
You throw that down there. Oh, Arthas didn't make it. Oh, I hit all his minions. I wasn't even trying to.
Growing strong.
So now we can put the stacks on. You can see the little stack indicator below his feet there, so you can see how many stacks you have on there. So now I can't see him. Where are you, Arthas? I need more stacks on you. Okay, so he has 3 stacks, and we'll activate it, which should do more damage and slow him. And I think I've poisoned him to death, unless he makes it back to the core, which he probably will. This movement speed is weird, though.
For the wilds.
Oh, let's see if we can hit him. And down he goes. Okay, can we reset our talents?
Choose a talent.
Okay, so I don't really care here. Just kind of grab things. Then we want to try Leaping Strike. Sure, Giant Killer. And just... yeah, I want to try that one, too.
Well...
okay, so how does this Leaping Strike work? Okay, I put it on target, and then I jump over. And then I can jump back again. Okay. Can we, let me toggle my cooldowns. There we go, show cooldowns enabled. So I can leap over him. Can I target anything else? Okay, so I can actually target that, which I'm assuming that counts as an ally. Can I jump over anything else? Okay, so it can only be used on an enemy. That includes those. Okay, so it's going to be very interesting to figure out how you have to actually use that. See, because I can go, I can dump in here, but I got to be able to be back out again. Okay, so this is definitely going to take some getting used to. She's definitely got some uniqueness to her that it's going to take a while to figure out. But until then, I can just leap over this core a few times. Because of the fast, you cannot do it this fast in the game. I have the, like you said, I've got the fast cooldowns toggled. Anyhow, that is Lunara. I'm definitely looking forward to trying her. I hope you have enjoyed this look at her, and until next time, have a day.